Now we are going to discuss another health and welfare issue in dogs, and that is obesity. Is your dog overweight? Nick Blaney, our resident vet. How many dogs come into your surgery and you think, this one's a bit too podgy?
Well, I reckon, Claire, probably half of them could lose some weight, and probably a quarter of them need to seriously lose some weight.
Well, to discuss this and what you should be doing with your dogs and how to tell if your dog is overweight, we have two ladies who call themselves the Barking Blondes, Jo Good and Anna Webb. And Jo's got Matilda with you and Anna's got Molly. What are you up to then? What are the Barking Blondes?
Well, we're really promoting Get Fit with Fido, which is the Kennel Club's campaign, really, to keep us all healthy along with our dogs.
Yes.
And it's extraordinary. Most people have a dog and they think, well, I've got a big garden, so it's running around, it's keeping fit. But it needs to walk, you know, not only for its own health and its exercise for its head, and for ours as well.
Yeah, you need to get your dog out and about, and you need to motivate your dog to have lots of fun. And that way
So not just be on the phone the whole time during the walk?
not be on the phone.
How often do you see that in the park when the dog's saying, come on, play with me, and the owner's talking to the neighbour on the phone or whatever, and you want quality time with your dog, you know, for your own head, as well for the dog. I mean, look, we've got two bull breeds which run to fat. Well, we run to fat quite easily.
We all do.
But our dogs are very slim and we're very proud of that, but it takes motivating them in the park, Claire. What we do, we turn our parks into little agility courses. So Molly and I can be seen sometimes jumping over logs, using this one particularly big log in our park, so we use that as the dog walk. Then we can use some bollards and we use them as weave poles, and then sometimes we'll do a few little dance routines.
Yes.
And that way as well, you're focusing the dog and building the bond.
And feeding the dog. I mean, you just plonk a plate of food down for a dog. It's all the natural instincts of hunt, explore and gather is gone. So, I mean, we were talking to Nick about...
So you hide their food?
We hide their food. Unfortunately, we do feed them green tripe, which is a bit smelly.
We're raw food feeders.
But you can put them in those wobbler things.
Yeah, the wobbler things, interactive toys, so that they'll work for their food and keep their brain active, because the brain is a muscle. And, you know, dogs can get dementia, can't they, Nick? So you do want to keep their old grey matter ticking over.
Exactly.
So
Molly is how old?
She is 10 next month.
She doesn't look 10.
She's
looks
amazing.
She's
amazing, and she's got the teeth of a 2-year-old.
Yes,
just told
there
us
we
that.
are, a little bit of teeth there.
And so quick veterinary examination.
Nick, do examine
the life of a vet, wherever you go. Could you have a look at my
I
dog?
always say, if I could look half as good as Molly does when I'm her age in dog years, I'll be very happy.
And what about Matilda, who seems to me a very cool customer?
She is cool, but it's also, bulldogs get very fat, you know, and very overweight because they're quite sedentary. But if you look, she's got a wonderful waist. And she walked. Nick, you were impressed by
look
her
at her.
waist. Look at her.
Matilda can run with Molly.
She gallops and runs.
They love.
She doesn't want to most of the time, but once she's out there, she enjoys it.
I'm loving your enthusiasm. But Nick, what would your tips be to dog owners in terms of being able to tell whether their dog is overweight and what to do about it if they think it is?
If you've only got one dog, it's difficult to know because you've nothing to compare it with. But the old test, it works on dogs just like it works on us.
Just give yourself a pinch.
That's right. And then other than that, really, you need to know probably what your dog should weigh. There are target weights. You can go to your vet, they'll weigh the dog, they'll tell you whether it's overweight or not. And presumably at the annual health check, I mean, most vets consider that weighing the dog and commenting on the weight and then giving the right nutritional advice is all part of the package.
And just back to you two, Jo and Anna, how much has it improved your life and your fitness as well to have this attitude on behalf of your dogs?
It really does, actually. I mean, not only our physical fitness, but mental fitness. You know, the moment you think, oh gosh, can I deal with this? Everything's happening at once. You go out, the dog, just seeing the happy dog smile. You can actually see she's disagreeing or agreeing, but they do smile as you're walking, and that makes you feel better, you know. And you just build it into your day, and you just naturally see yourself.
It's all right. Molly's seeing herself on the screen.
No,
she's going, who is that?
There's some bearded collies walking past, aren't there? That's right. No, gone now. That's okay.
Anyway, I do know exactly what you're talking about, because there is nothing better for making you feel
you're getting
good.
the fresh air.
Exactly. Than a really good dog walk, and actually going sort of beyond the 1 hour and letting your head go into this fantastic space and seeing your dog enjoying himself or herself as well. It's all good. It's all good. So yes, walk your dogs more and check whether they're overweight and feed them healthily and all of that. But also just remember how special a dog is in your life, and that actually is what Friends for Life is all about. The dogs don't necessarily have extraordinary ability to do things, but they just have completely changed their owners' lives.